You need to be disciplined, you need to be committed, you need to be really focused for you to be able to be intentionally present in anything that you're doing. The first video that I did this year, actually, I spoke about for you to make your 2023 a better year or one of the best years, you need to be intentionally present in each and everything that you're doing. So on this video for today, I'm going to talk to you about how to be intentionally present. What's up, good people? How are you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for coming. If it's your second time or third time, or you're always a member of this channel, just know that I really do appreciate you. I have my YouTube book right here, kama kawaida, and I'm gonna go straight into it. And the first thing that you need to do in order to be intentionally present is to know your intentions. Like, do you know what you're going to do on a Monday? Do you know what you're supposed to do on a Tuesday? Do you know what you're supposed to do on a Wednesday? Like, just have your days planned. Like, you know, this is what I'm supposed to achieve on this day, this is what I'm going to achieve tomorrow, this is, you know, like, just have it like that. What are your intentions for each and every day? The second thing is, how would you define success? Like, what is success to you? Because when you know what success means to you, then you'll be able to set your intentions right and be present in what you're doing. What I mean by this is, when you define success, is it being financially free, like having financial freedom? Is it marriage, family, children? Is it being able to be independent, like you're just sorting out your, you know, like you're able to sort out your bills, you're able to go for vacations? Is it that independence, like you just being by yourself and doing all that? What is success to you? Is it helping other people, educating other people? Is it owning properties? Like, what is it to you? Define your success, and that will help you know how to set your intentions and also how to be intentionally present in whatever you're doing. And this is different to many people. Yeah. The third thing that you need to do in order to be intentionally present is to create a daily routine. On the first point, I spoke about knowing your intentions, like what are you going to do on Monday, what are you going to do on Tuesday, what are you going to do on Wednesday. And now on this one, the third one is create a daily routine. For example, when I wake up in the morning from 6:30 to 7:30 or maybe to 8, what will I be doing? You know, like, I'll be working out, I'll be lifting weights, I'll be doing this and that. What will I be doing between certain time to certain time? I know that people don't like having a structured, you know, everything, but just try and set goals. Even those who say that they like randomness, they usually have plans. They usually know, I want to buy myself a Mercedes, or I want to buy myself a house by end of this. They usually have something that they're working on. So let no one lie to you that they just like randomness, they don't believe in goal writing. No, like, just do that. Plan your day well. What do you do the first thing when you wake up in the morning? What do you do the last thing before you go to bed? What are these things? Like, just plan your day well. Create a routine, something, you know, like a daily routine. The fourth thing here is have a result list. When you create that routine, yes, now you're going to have a to-do list. You already know how your routine is, but now what are details? Like, get down into it. Like, when I come to my office, like in my office right now, on my board, it's written first thing in the morning, because currently I'm looking for jobs. So the first thing I do when I come back from the gym and I get to my office is to apply for at least 3 jobs a day, and then get to the assignment from schoolwork or anything like that. Then do some research when it comes to my YouTube on how I want my YouTube journey to go, whatever I want. Then read a book. Like, there's a way that I do my things, and then once I'm done, I just tick. And every day I get to do these things. Some I get to do maybe later on in the night. You know, like, just have a to-do list and tick as you go. It makes me feel good when it comes to taking the stuff that I've done. So this is something that you can do, and when you'll be doing it, you'll definitely be intentionally present while doing it. Like, for example, the book I've been reading, I think I spoke about it. Like, I'm supposed to finish it by end of January. Yes, I did finish that book by end of January, and I did. Yeah, this video is coming when we're now in February, definitely, and I did finish that book. So I'm on my second book. So because I know that at least I want to read 1 book per month, like, I'm pushing myself to do 12 books this year, because I really sucked at it last year. I just want to do better this year. So yeah, so I know that I'm supposed to do that, and I was very intentional, and I'm picking that book and reading it. I try to focus and enjoy every moment of it. So please, that is something that you need to do. Like, you take things as you go. The fifth point is limit your exposure to negative media, or maybe let's say negative people. For example, when it comes to movies, by the way, I'm one person who doesn't like watching horror movies, and I just don't like watching things that scare me. Or maybe there's this documentary of something Dharma, there's this serial killer, you know. I started watching that, and I only watched a few minutes in the first episode, and I knew this is not what I want to feed my brain. Like, I know these things exist, such people exist, but I choose not to feed on such stuff. Like, when it comes to even Netflix, there are things that I watch, there are things that I don't watch. So when you limit your exposure to negative stuff, you'll be intentional with what you're doing. Like, I'm reading this book because I want to do this. I am cutting all these negative people because you're very intentional with what you're feeding your mind. You're very intentional with what you're feeding your soul. Another way of being intentionally present is by talking to yourself positively. The self-talk that you're having, please do it with love. Don't think of yourself negatively. Like, just focus on how you can be positive in your thinking, in what you're doing. Like, just try to have that positive energy. And if you can't find that positive energy around you, you need to create it so that you can influence other people. Just be intentional with all this positivity. The seventh way on how to be intentionally present is by setting goals. You can start by setting goals for the year, like yearly goals. Then you come back to monthly goals. Then you come down to weekly goals. Then you come down to daily goals. I spoke about writing, like you're having a routine, knowing what you're going to do. On my first point, I spoke about knowing your intentions. For example, this year my intention is to be able to know more about financial stuff, like how more about savings, more about investments, more about all that. So one of my goals is going to maybe enroll on, maybe do some 2 online courses where I'll be able to learn about financial management or something like that. That is going to be one of my goals. It helps to know my intentions for this particular year, for example. And that is something you need to do, like set those goals. When you break it down to small goals, it's going to help you get to that bigger goal, and it's also going to help you know your intentions, like now for this particular year. The 8th point is create time for self-reflection. Yes, this you can do maybe in the beginning of the day, in the evening, maybe later on, or maybe you can just decide what time works for you, but create time for self-reflection. That way you know you're trying to talk to yourself, you're trying to focus on yourself, you're trying to put yourself first, you're trying to be very intentional with every single thing that you're doing. And you can do it maybe through meditation, you can do it through journaling, because I think, yeah, I've spoke about journaling a lot on this channel, good people, yeah, but you can do it through that as well. You're just trying to set your intentions right. And most of the time when you're creating time for self-reflection, that's when now when you take your book and you're done writing like what you feel for that particular day, you can also go to your to-do list and write the things that you want to achieve the next day. So I would preferably advise you to do it at the end of the day before you go to bed, you know, like just write down the things that you want to achieve the next day. And some of the things that maybe you wanted to do today and you didn't achieve them by end of the day, you can push some to the next day, you know, like just be very intentional when it comes to doing such things. The 9th point is know when to say no. And I think this, I also spoke about it on my last video about learn how to say no. Now this is knowing when to say no. Knowing when something has gotten to you so badly that you can't take it anymore and it's time to say no. You can know when to say no to a relationship. You can know when to say no to just random people, like not really random people, but you can know when to say no to even some of your family members. You can know when to say no to invites, you know, like, yeah, just know when to put a stop to it. That is something that will help you a lot when it comes to setting your intentions and being intentionally present in whatever you're doing. Because if you say yes to something and you go, let's say I didn't want to go on a date with this person and then I said yes, so basically when I'll be on that day, on that date, I want to be present. Like I'll just be, my body will be there but my mind will be somewhere else, and that is not being intentionally present. So just know when to say no to some things. Yeah. And the last point is communicate clearly. For you to be intentionally present, you have to communicate clearly. Like you need to think first before you speak, before you say anything to someone, before you hurt someone. You have to think first. Like be intentional with what you're going to say to the other person. What will it do to them? How will it make them feel? Like will it make them become better people? Communicating clearly means sometimes you have to sit back and listen to them, you know. And being intentionally present means you're not going to be distracted by whatever your phone or something. Like, just listen to what they're saying, and then you'll be able to reply back, like respond with something that, you know, that will help them depending on what they're telling you. Yeah, so that's the last point, and I think we've come to the end. We've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like it, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you've gotten here and you're still watching, kindly do so by pressing on this amazing lady popping right here. And until next time, good people, kisses to you.